So hello students, welcome back to the Smart Box. We were watching the first chapter, that is living world and classification of microbes of class 8 science. Okay, this is the part 2 of the video. If you haven't watched the part 1, you all can see the link in the description. You all can watch the part 1 there, and you can write all the notes from there, because that part is very important, because all the basic words which we are going to use in this chapter आर बीन एक्सप्लेन्ड देयर एंड उनके मीनिंग्स जो है उसमें बता दिए गए हैं. ओके, सो लेट्स स्टार्ट. ओके, सो इन द लास्ट लेक्चर वी हैव ऑल स्टडीड about all the classification on the basis on which the classification are made. Okay, so today we will be starting with the kingdoms. So first kingdom is kingdom Monera. Okay, the first kingdom is kingdom Monera. We have studied that. इसको pronounce कैसे करते हैं? This is Monera. Okay, so दिस एक्टिविटी वी डोंट हैव टू डू, बिकॉज एक्टिविटी करके हमें जो है ये बनाना नहीं है. सो प्लीज़ ये जो है ध्यान से सुनो. ओके, कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स, वी हैव टू स्टडी द कैरेक्टरिस्टिक ओनली of the kingdom Monera. No one will be asking you all this thing. Okay, so you don't have to study this. You can just read it once whenever you get time. Open your textbook and read this, but this is only the activity by which you all can make this types of organism, or you all can see this types of organism. We just have to study the characteristics of kingdom Monera. What is the first characteristics? All the organisms are unicellular. Okay, first point is that all the organisms are unicellular. I have also made you write the meaning of the unicellular. What do you mean by unicellular? The organism which have only one cell is known as what? Unicellular. So all the organisms in kingdom Monera are having only one cell. Okay, next, they may be autotrophic or heterotropic. Okay, what do you mean by autotrophic? Autotrophic means that kind of organism who make their own food. Okay, and heterotropic means that that kind of organism which depends on other organism for their food. Okay, so these both the types of organisms are found in kingdom Monera. Okay, next, third point, these are prokaryotic cell without a distinct nucleus or cell organelles. Okay, now here the third keyword is prokaryotic cell. Now again, what is prokaryotic cell? We know prokaryotic cell is nothing but a cell which do not have well defined nucleus. उसका defined nucleus well defined नहीं होता है, and the organelles are absent. Okay, that nucleus, that cell is not well defined. Okay, so these are the three characteristics which you have to learn, and you have to write it in the exam, which are the characteristics of what? Kingdom Monera. Again, I'll be repeating. First one is that all organisms are unicellular. Second is they are autotrophic or heterotropic, यानी खुद का खाना खुद भी बना सकते हैं, and also depend on the other organism for their food. Okay, next is prokaryotic cell. What do you mean by prokaryotic cell? Their organelles, their nucleus and organelles are not well defined. Okay, this was kingdom Monera. Second kingdom which we are going to study today is kingdom Protista. Now what do you mean by kingdom Protista? Okay, again this activity you don't have to do, so tension nahi lena hai. You have to just study this characteristic. Okay, now what is the first characteristic? Protista are single called organism, well defined nucleus enclosed in a nuclear membrane. Okay, these are also unicellular. Okay, these are also what? Unicellular. But what is the problem? The problem is that in kingdom Monera, the cells were prokaryotic cell. That means the nucleus was not well defined. But in this one, the nucleus is what? Well defined. Okay, here it is written, well defined nucleus enclosed in a nuclear membrane. Okay, so the organelles and the nucleus both are very well defined in what? Kingdom Protista. Okay, this was the first point. Second point is they are pseudopodia or hair like cilia or whip like flagella or locomotion. for locomotion. Okay, what do you mean by locomotion? Now I want everybody to write the meaning of locomotion. Okay, locomotion means to travel. Okay, locomotion means to travel. Okay, so these organisms which you all can see over here, they travel. Okay, with what help they travel? They travel with the help of their hair like cilia. Okay, you all can see that this all, okay, this is paramecium. This is having like this structure on it. So this hair like cilia or whip like flagella. Okay, what do you mean by whip? जिससे आप जो है झाड़ू पोछा करते हैं घर पे, that is also known as whip. So because of that, they can travel. So with these things they can travel. So what do you mean by locomotion? Locomotion means traveling. Okay, next point will be autotrophs. They are all autotrophs. Now what do you mean by autotrophs? Autotroph is nothing but that thing, that organism which make their own food. Okay, whichever organism which makes their own food is known as what? Autotrophs. Okay, now next example is what? Euglena, volvox contain and chloroplast. Okay, this is autotrophs, example of autotrophs. And next is example of heterotrophs. What do you mean by heterotrophs? The organism which depend on other organism for their food is known as what? Heterotrophs. Okay, their example is amoeba and paramecium. You all can see this is paramecium and this is amoeba. These are the two diagrams which you have to draw in your book also. Okay, this is the example for kingdom protesta. Okay, next is kingdom fungi. What do you mean by kingdom fungi? Now this is not fungi. Again I will be telling you that this is kingdom fungi, not fungi. Okay, what do you mean? Now just we have to study the characteristic. If you want, you all can do this in your book also. Okay, now you all can, if you all want, you all can perform this at your home. This is how the fungus is made. Okay, I'll be giving you all one example, that if you whenever you used to go to the school, you all carry a tiffin. Okay, जब भी आप एक टिफिन लेके जाते थे, और अगर समझो आप फ्राइडे को स्कूल जा रहे हो एंड फ्राइडे यू टुक अ टिफिन टू योर स्कूल. ओके, फॉर बिकॉज ऑफ सम रीज़न यू वर नॉट एबल टू ईट दैट फूड. ओके, और वो फूड जो है, वो जो टिफ़िन बॉक्स है, दैट रिमेंड इन योर बैग फॉर 3 days. ओके, सैटरडे को आप स्कूल नहीं गए, संडे को आप स्कूल नहीं गए, एंड डायरेक्टली मंडे when you took your bag and you took out the tiffin, एंड उसके अंदर जो आपने खाना नहीं खाए थे वो एज इट इज़ वैसे के वैसे ही था, देन you all can see a white layer on that white layer is nothing but your fungus. Okay, so this is what written over here in the activity, that how to make fungus, or where you all can see fungus. Okay, we will be studying the characteristics of fungus. These are non-green eukaryotic heterotrophic organisms. Okay, these are eukaryotic. Okay, these are heterotrophic organism, but they are not green. Why it is saying that they are not green? Because they are white in color, but they are what? Heterotrophic means they depend upon other animals, other organisms for their food. Okay, वो खुद से जिंदा नहीं रह सकते, they need other organism for their food, therefore they are known as what? Heterotrophic. Okay, second thing, most of them are saprotrophs. Okay, they feed upon decaying organism. Now this is an important term, saprotrophs. You have to write the meaning of it in your textbook or your notebook. Saprotrophs are that organism which depend on other dead animals. Okay, you will see fungus mainly on the dead animals, the animals in the jungle which are dead, उसके ऊपर जो है फंगस आ जाता है. that fungus is there because the dead animal will not be moving now, and now the fungus will be eating that dead animal. Okay, so that is known as what? Saprotrophs. Any organism which depends on other organism which is dead, okay, which is dead, that is known as what? Saprotrophs. Okay, so the fungus is what? A saprotroph. Their cell wall is made up of tough and complex sugar called chitin. This is the third point, that their cell wall, okay, if this is the cell, if this is the cell, then this is the cell wall. Okay, so this cell wall is very hard. Okay, you can't break it. It is very hard, not soft, and you can't just break it. Therefore their cell wall is made up of complex sugar. Now that this is not that sugar which we eat in the kitchen, but sugar is nothing but a part of cell. Okay, जिससे जो है उनका cell wall बना होता है, and sugar is very hard. Therefore their cell wall is also hard, and the name of the sugar is what? Chitin. You have to remember this. Okay, fourth point is, some fungi are thread-like and many nuclei are present in the cytoplasm. Okay, now here the diagram is just cut out, but you all can see in your textbook there is a diagram like this. Okay, there is a diagram like this over there. So these are like hair-like structures. Okay, some fungi are thread-like and many nuclei are present in the cytoplasm. So these all are what? These all circle structures are the nuclei. So you all can see that there are many nuclei in the fungi. Okay, examples are baker's yeast. Okay, you all know that what is baker's yeast? We use a yeast in मेकिंग केक्स. ओके, केक जो होता है वो इतना सॉफ्ट इस वजह से होता है बिकॉज वी पुट बेकर्स यीस्ट इन इट. बेकिंग पाउडर, दैट इज ऑल्सो नोन एज बेकिंग पाउडर. ओके, सो दैट इज नथिंग बट अ फंगस, but that fungus we can eat. Okay, so some kind of fungus are which we can eat. Okay, you all can see that here that it is made up, there is an picture of mushrooms. So we all know that we can eat some types of mushroom. Okay, only some types of mushroom can be eaten, but not all types of mushroom, because some mushrooms are also poisonous. Okay, so baker's yeast is one of the example. Asparagus, that is known as one fungus on corn. Okay, now since there is a rainy season going on, you all can see that if you all buy fungus, okay, if you all buy corn, and if you all just touch it, then you will see that corn is becoming very slippery. That slippery substance on it is nothing but your fungus. Okay, next example is penicillium and mushrooms. Okay, so you all can write only these two example, baker's yeast and mushroom, अगर आपको याद नहीं रह रहे हैं तो भी. Okay, so this was the three kingdom which we were studying right now. Okay, so